O.J. Simpson, a football star and actor whose life was overshadowed by murder trials that divided the nation, has died of cancer now at the age of 76.
It has been nearly 30 years since a jury found Simpson not guilty of the brutal murders of his ex-wife and her friend, a verdict that divided the city and dog Simpson the rest of his life. KTLA's Carlos Salcedo joins us with more about the man whose trial sparked debate about race and justice. Carlos.
We're going to share a generational moment for many of us, some of us glued to the TV as this all unfolded. Once a beloved athlete and actor turned fugitive, O.J. Simpson's life took a dramatic turn, his legal troubles playing out in front of a national audience.
The southbound 405, as you know, is a parking lot with everybody stopped and out of the cars looking, waiting for this chase to come.
From the infamous white Bronco police chase on Southern California freeways to a lengthy double murder trial, the saga surrounding O.J. Simpson captivated TV audiences in the mid-90s and divided the city of Los Angeles.
We, the jury, in the above entitled action, find the defendant, Orenthal James Simpson, not guilty of the crime of murder.
Simpson was acquitted of murdering his ex-wife, Nicole Brown, and her friend, Ron Goldman, in what was dubbed the trial of the century. An estimated 150 million watched the verdict live. Simpson's lawyers, known as the Dream Team, claiming sloppy police work and systemic racism in his defense.
If it doesn't fit, you must acquit.
A polarizing figure, Simpson's legal troubles wouldn't end there. He was sued in civil court and found liable for Brown and Goldman's deaths in order to pay the families more than $30 million. Almost a decade later, Simpson wrote a book called If I Did It. Many considered this a confession. Ron Goldman's father reacting to Simpson's passing today, telling the Daily Mail, quote, "His death is a reminder that Ron and Nicole were murdered by him. I am not going to react to my thoughts about him dying. I have nothing to say about him." Kato Kalin, Simpson's house guest Annie Key, witness who took the stand, reacting with this message.
To the family of the beautiful Nicole Brown Simpson, may we always cherish her memories. Nicole was a beacon of light that burned bright. May we never forget her.
The trial overshadowed Simpson's stellar football career. Nicknamed the Juice, the once beloved athlete won the Heisman Trophy as a running back at USC, later playing 11 seasons for the Buffalo Bills. He would then turn to acting, known for his Hertz car commercials and the Naked Gun movie series. While Simpson never served time for murder, he did go to prison in 2008 for armed robbery and kidnapping in Las Vegas. Simpson claimed he was taking back sports memorabilia that belonged to him. Even then, some 14 million tuned in as he was granted parole at the age of 70.
Thank you.
Just a few months ago, Simpson posted this video dismissing rumors he was going into hospice.
Hospice? You talking about hospice? No, I'm not in any hospital. I don't know who put that out there, but whoever put that out there, I guess is like the Donald Singh. Can't trust the media.
Simpson's family posted on X that he succumbed to his battle with cancer, surrounded by his children and grandchildren. The case against Orenthal James Simpson closed, but the murder of Nicole Brown and Ron Goldman still officially open in the eyes of the police, since a killer was never caught and convicted. Until the very end, Simpson denied committing the murders. The court of public opinion still very much divided. The Goldman family going on to say they will continue to advocate for the rights of all victims and survivors, but their quest for full accountability has ended. Cher?
Carlos, thank you. Stay with KTLA for continuing coverage on the death of O.J. Simpson. We will have a live report at 5:30 taking a closer look at the impact of the trial of the century and what it had on Los Angeles. For the latest details, anytime, head to KTLA.com for our free KTLA 5 app.